Only war.
What is up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. We got a battle report for you today. We got the new mat. We're playing Flyblown Host with Death Guard versus Space Marine Gladius Task Force with Gilliman. Really good list. Brian is playing it. He's one of our coaches over at the Dirtbag Nation. Thank you to all the support over at the Dirtbag Nation on my Patreons. Wouldn't be doing this without you. We got ranked #1 Chaos Space Marine player in the world this year from ITC, and we were actually the #1 United States player ranked on ITC this year, which was just insane. Wouldn't have done this without all the support of my Patreons, friends, family, everybody that really pushed me this year to go above and beyond and kind of get to that point. So this year in 2025, we're going to be focused a lot more on the channel, growing the Dirtbag Nation, doing a lot more tactical videos, and coaching to kind of grow the brand name over at Dirtbag Nation. So thank you guys so much for the support, and what a great year we had over at the Dirtbag. So with what's coming up, there's a lot that if you guys are on the Discord, head over to Discord. If not, head over to Patreon so you guys get your own Patreon Discord link. But we have new merch coming up. If you guys like sports, we have our Dirtbag, Space Marine, Chaos, and Grey Knight. There's a lot more stuff that's going to be added to it. There's a bunch of other custom shirts on there. These shirts are really comfortable. They don't shrink as well, which is really cool. I had to get a bunch of different shirts to test out which ones I like best. This is the one that actually performed the best. So if you guys want that, go head over to the merch tab below. You're going to hear more about our sponsors and merch coming up. But this video, if you guys are new, we do 30-minute battle reports, kind of what we did good, what we could work on, and tips, tactics, movement, everything that you guys need to see in a condensed battle report compared to the 3.5 hour long slog with most battle reports. We do streams online as well, so if you guys want to stay tuned for that, we have a lot of suggestions from our Grandmasters on what battle reports they want to see coming up. A lot of them vote on Patreon, and also if you guys are Grandmasters, you get suggestions on videos you guys want to see coming up on the channel. So with this video against Brian, we're going to go over the merch coming up, and also the lists. After the list, we'll get into picture by picture, turn by turn on what we did good and what we could do better. And at the end, I'll tell you what I would have changed about our list. I definitely like the Flyblown Host. I don't think it's better than the main detachment. It just plays super differently than the other one. And it's kind of more defensive and quicker than the other detachment together. So let's get into the video and buy these shirts because they're fucking awesome. Alright guys, if you want to support the channel, head over to the merch store. The link is in the description below. We have our new sports themed Grey Knights, Chaos, and Space Marine logos on a bunch of different shirts. We just updated the shirt as well. These are probably the most popular. So if you guys want to rep these at the local GT, you can do that. Also sport the Dirtbag swag. So really appreciate it. Click on the link below. If you guys are interested in other merch, we do offer some 3D prints. We have Codiez, the Assassin, should be in every single list. The Space Marine Lieutenant, Space Marine Librarian, the Tech Marine for Grey Knights, and the Cypher should be in every single list. We have poker chips, which are great for sticky objectives. All of the stickers are manageable. These will be on t-shirts soon. We have widgets still, and we have about orange and orange. So we have orange Dirtbag dice. If you guys are interested in getting some dice thrown on the table, hit me up in Discord and we'll get back to the video. All right, Brad, what do we got today?
We're back to Gladius. Good old reliable Gladius. What's old is new again with all the Stern Guard undebuffs, unnerfs. There we go. We have Gilliman because reasons. He gets 2 of his abilities now, so Second Oath and free strat CPs.
He looks so tiny.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know what Abaddon's
so
on.
Yeah.
Abaddon has definitely been taking some not.
Okay, so that is non-Primarch, and that is Primarch.
Yeah, right?
God, yeah. I guess to me, it just looks so tiny because these guys are fucking huge.
Yeah, and he used to, like, not come up to Horus's shoulders, I believe. All the old Legion Marines used to not, like, be that tall compared to their Primarch.
All right, sorry. That was just a good comparison. What else we got?
Yeah, it is. Well, right behind here, we have, again, what's old is new again. Desolation Squad. We always call them Desolators, though. Super Cracks, just for the heck of it. They have the launchers, and the Sergeant has the Vengor launcher. 2 units of 5 scouts, a heavy bolter, a chainsword just for some skirmishing, 2 units of stern guard right here, 2 with heavy bolters, 1 unit here without any heavy bolters, just their regular devastating bolters, 5 assault marines, 2 plasma pistol, a power fist to be fast, 3 ballistic dreadnoughts. Don't look at him, he's not converted yet. He's just a different dreadnought with weird arms instead of the dedicated ballistic dreadnought here. Just for rerolls, so rerolls on everything hopefully, and 2 vindicators for some extra punch.
Where'd you get those bases?
Which bases?
The bottoms.
These?
The legs, yeah.
Oh, these are, I actually don't know who showed me the conversion, but these are Space Marine Outrider bikes that have been chopped up into their legs. So they're kind of like
cool.
quads, which I'm okay with. I saw some melee conversions of it, but I thought it'd be kind of weird if you're like, you know, on a quad trying to whack somebody with the weird dreadnought arms. Yeah. But for the gun version, I liked it.
All right, so today we got the Flyblown host. We're testing out Mortarion, who actually was run by Disgustingly Resilient. So we're testing it out in this battle. We have the Plague Surgeon with a unit of Plague Marines. He has the minus or the contagion. If he's on an objective, can't be shot outside of 18 inches. We have 2 sorcerers, both with a 6-man Death Shroud unit. We have one of the vehicles for the -1 to wound within 6 inches strat. We have 1 10-man unit of Blight Lords with the Lord of Virulence. We have Typhus, old school metal model. We have the Bell guy for the -2 leadership. And then we have a solo Lord of Contagion who has the heal all wounds at the end of the phase. Then we have a unit of 20 zombies. We have a unit of 10 zombies and another unit of 20 zombies. So this is 1990 Flyblown host. All right, guys. So with this attachment, this is the new board. We got it from, you've probably seen this on my streams, but it was from the GT that we won up in Scranton. They had a free code that you got to pick a mat. Now, the mat isn't the mousepad material, so it's very thin, but it's flat. And you can see all the lines here. It kind of has the deployment zones, the objective markers, where they would be going, the 9-inch circle in the center, the objective right in the center. They have the slanted deployment zones, the staging point. It's really cool, really simple to set up. If they sponsor us, I'll post some links in the description below, but definitely reach out if you guys do work for them. If not, then yeah, you're going to see this played a lot because it makes it easier. You guys can actually see the models on stream. I have to do little triangles on little corners so you guys can see where the clear plexiglass from Rexar Lasers is at. So this is terrain setup, layout 1. We're playing Take and Hold, which is up to 15. Pretty standard. We have the 9-inch circle deployment on this one, and we actually happen to go first. So this is our deployment. Now with Flyblown host, we get to scout 5. We scout further than we move, which is funny. So for our deployment, he has the Dread Vindicator, the other Vindicator up here. He's got a lot of non-threat targets on his side because I don't really have any guns, so nothing is really going to threat his Vindicators or 2+ save Dreads, so he can be pretty aggressive with them with deployment. Brian is a very good player, and you'll see in this game where he moves, where he blocks out, what he does good. So if you're playing Space Marines, keep an eye out on what he's doing. He blocks 1 inch away from the wall here, 1 inch away from the wall here. So basically we have to run either directly towards the Dread or all the way around the building, which our slow ass is really hard to get to. Then he's got some scouts, which I'm pretty sure he put up here. The other scouts are here because they have scout 7. So he can basically scout forward, scout backward, scout forward, or scout backward. So these guys being out front, they can just scout behind the building if they don't go first. For us, I don't think we have Nurglings in this list, actually. Yeah, so that's something we might change in the next revision. So for us, we started our deployment here, everything on the line, because we scout forward, and then Morty's in Deep Strike, and then we have another 6-man Terminator Brick in Deep Strike as well. So for us, we scout forward. We do have turn 1, so we can move up. This was testing without demons. I think the main list is going to have Plague Bears and Nurglings in it. That's probably why we don't have Nurglings. So Plague Bears and Nurglings. Plague Bears give the sticky for Flyblown host, and Nurglings just so they can be annoying with the -1 to hit. So we changed it up a little bit, which we'll go over at the end. But you can see we have everything kind of just moving up. We have the little bell guy, which is super good for defensive melee armies. Not so much this army, but really good World Eaters, Blood Angels, Chaos Space Marines. Anything that's charging into you is going to have to roll a leadership at -3 for 1 CP if they're within contagion range of this guy, which it goes 1, 3, no, 3, is it 1, 3, 6? Or is it 3, 6, 9? I think it's 3, 6, 9. So on turn 2, it's going to be a 6-inch contagion from this little bell guy. Then we have our Plague Marines, which scout 5 up here this way, and then they're able to run to get on the objective up here, so that way they're lone up. So these guys are pretty defensive up in the corner. They're going to block out most of the games in this block top corner, and if they happen to get within 12 inches or 18 inches and shoot these guys, let's say you kill 1 Plague Marine in the command phase, the Apothecary dude can bring one back and put him right back on the point to control that objective again. So really good tactic that I thought of myself. If you haven't tried it, it's pretty good. It's expensive, but it's blocking out this whole zone. It's Plague Marines, which so they hit pretty hard. And the Plague Marine character actually hits hard as well, too. I think he's got 5 attacks, sitting on 3s, AP 1, 2 damage. I'll look that up real quick. 4 attacks, hitting on 3, strength 5, AP 2, 2 damage, lethal hits. Yeah, little beast dude. Plasma plague bolt pistol, nothing crazy, but yeah, the lethal hits, 4 attacks, hitting on strength 5, AP 2, 2 damage. Not bad. 4 wounds though, pretty expensive, but he's got the contagion, so it's like an extra 25 points to get lone up. But again, if I put lone up on a Terminator brick, which I want them to get close, it kind of defeats the purpose. So I want to put lone up on somebody that's going to stay on the point most of the game. That's why I wanted the 25 points to go on them. Also, Disgustingly Resilient, reach out so we can do a collab. This year is probably going to be a lot of Death Guard. So if you guys are them, know them, have them reach out so we can get some collabs going and maybe TTS battle reports. So let's go. Turn 1, we get Extend and Secure. What a good way to fucking start this game, with Extend and Secure going first with this little blob right here. So we kind of move up. We plant everybody behind this wall. So we put Typhus, the zombies, as far forward as we possibly can. The other 10-man unit is right behind them. The Terminators, Death Shroud are right behind them. So basically we're just getting everybody ready to swarm out next turn. The Plague Marines run up forward. This thing runs to get into that little triangle right up there. So it goes from there up to there. And then my turn, his turn 1, he just kind of moves up. So the Dread moves up, this Dread moves up, these Scout kind of back up, so they're not really threatened by anybody. Vindicator moves up, and then these Turn Guard are just waiting, which is smart on his part because they don't have to come out, they don't want to get charged. So he's waiting till I make the initial move, which is probably the first mistake. This is my second or third time with Flyblown host, but first time against like this shooting type army. I probably shouldn't have done what I did. So we already have 3 points. We're already camping the 3 objectives that we need in hold more, or the take and hold. So if I literally just sit here and just be like, all right, come at me, that's probably what I should have done most of this game. But instead, we're testing. We're testing our consolidate, pile in 6 inches, try to get across the table, tie up a bunch of shit. So for us, on turn 2, we deep strike our Morty, which probably would have went there turn 1 anyway. But we were testing deep strike to see if I can really do anything. I couldn't put him really anywhere because he's got a Vindicator, which could one-shot me, another Vindicator, 2 last kind of dreads. So it's not looking good. So I wanted to put him a little bit safe behind this little triangle. So he came down right there. Again, didn't really matter as much. We did kill the 1 dread that came out here. And when I killed the dread, I piled into the Vindicator up here. So there's three dudes left after getting shot by the Predator turn 1. He was able to get line of sight by moving up and shooting this way and killing them. So he killed 3 of my fucking Terminators before I even got into combat with them. So killed 3 Terminators. I moved up, charged the dread, killed the dread, piled into the Vindicator just to try and stop him. These guys did the same thing. They wanted to charge the dread and then pile in. And then I wanted to kind of like move up and pile into this guy, which if I would have, let's say, move up 6 and then consolidate 6, I probably could have tugged him, but I didn't have the correct movement to get really around or enough bodies. I think I rolled like a 3 for the charge. But we got our 10 men there, our character there, our other solo character on the point, the vehicle waiting, these guys again tying out the top, the zombies in the bottom. These guys rapided down here, so that way they can try and steal my home field, the jump back infantry. And then again, he's got his Gilliman and his 2 stern guard vets with all the guns waiting, which is smart. These guys did one-shot the Typhus and the zombies turn 1. So like I said, Typhus and zombies moved up here, and they just fucking blew them up. Like, it wasn't even close. I had a 6, no, not even a save. I think they're AP1. So I have 0 save. It's just 5 up Field of Pain. So I failed, I think, all 20 of the 5 up Field of Pains with the amount of firepower that they put out. So they kill all but Typhus. Typhus is still there waiting behind the thing. I think he did an action turn 2. Yeah, we have Area Denial and Cleanse. So I think he cleansed, and then we got Area Denial pretty easily, turn 2. So we're off to a really good start. We have 15 on turn 1 or turn 2. We get 10 points on secondary turn 1 and then 9 on turn 2. So we're off to like 15 plus 25 plus 9. So we're up to 34 points in 2 turns. Nuts. Crazy good start. But again, we were super aggressive, which we didn't have to be. We already have 3 points. Don't really have to go after him. Probably have to fight for this point rather than go after his home field. And then I probably could have brought in more guys over here. So his turn 2 moves up the stern guard to just murder with the dev wounds, critting on everything, and kills the entire unit. I mean, it did help out with the Vindicator, the Dread, the other Vindicator, and all these guys just shooting at them. Kills the entire unit, plus takes my character down to 1 wound. I rapid ingress my Death Shroud unit. The only good spot to get to is right here. I can't get in the back. The scouts have me back here, so you put 1 scout unit there, the other scout's against this wall, so I can't come in here because the jump back infantry. So the only good spot is really behind this wall, which still isn't even that good because I have so many fucking dreads and vehicles looking at me. Not cool. Morty's still waiting because he's gonna die right when I peek his fucking head out. So these guys come down here, and again, I want to try and get to them, but again, I probably shouldn't have. I probably just should have waited. It was tough. It was a lot of dead Terminators turn 2. So then our turn 3, we get another 15, like I said, because we're camping this objective, and that objective. So we now are starting to fight over this objective. He's got the Dread here. He's got these guys touching the point there, and then Vindicator Dread, and then these guys. So my goal is to kind of like just commit Death Shroud up top to try and do the 6-inch pile-in to try and get to his guys up here, because if I can just touch them, they die, especially with the Death Shroud. But instead, I didn't kill this vehicle. So I charged in, put all the attacks into the vehicle, spent a CP so that way I can pile in 6, and then if I kill him, I can consolidate 6 and just tag these guys, which I failed to kill. So he had, I think he armor contempted, which Death Guard don't have evac. It'd be cool if Death Guard get evac in the new book, but Death Guard do not have evac right now. So armor contempt, get down to a 3-up save on the Vindicator, take him down to 7 wounds. This thing doesn't do shit into him. Typhus or Terminator, Morty charges in. Typhus charges in. We kill the Dread pretty easily with Typhus, 3 damage. This guy moves up. He spends a CP to move back 6 inches, so I can't get these guys. These guys were going to be my charge, but they react to move. So we steal this objective. So now he gets another 10 on primary, but now he's got literally everything lined up to just shoot the shit out of me. This character that has heals all the way back up, really cool. I definitely want to test him out again. He's just kind of in the center of everybody now. He is a target that if they start shooting at him and he makes his 2-up, 4-up, and then heals at the end of the phase, they're just going to ignore him the rest of the game. But now we have a whole thing blocking up here, nothing on my objective here. Actually, the one guy might still, the bell guy, I think is still there, just waiting. So his turn 4, moves up Gilliman through the wall, charges my bell guy, makes that charge. I think the bell guy should have been back here. So that was another lesson learned. These guys come out to play. These guys come out to play. you could just see everything lined up into Mortarion, and just Morty just dies to all the death wounds and the Vindicators. So everything shoots at Morty. This guy's still alive, because again, once he started shooting at him and he didn't really do anything, and he healed all the way back up, he just basically ignored him. He's only speed 4. And then these guys are just kind of wrapped up in the tank up here. But now Gilliman's literally dead center. I have nothing to go after him because these guys are stuck in combat. I brought in my zombies on the bottom here to try and do something. They're on speed 4. So if they move up 4, they could potentially get a 9-inch charge onto this tank. But if I do, I can steal some points. So that's what we try to do. He rolls 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 6s into this guy to kill him. I think he needs the wound on 6s. Or something, or those are dev. I think those are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dev, and he kills this guy in the one phase. Like, it was dumb. So that guy dies. So he was surrounded by basically everybody. He dies. The zombies did make the charge, so they moved up 4 and then make like a 9-inch charge. And I wanted to pile in and stop him from getting points here. So we stop him from getting here. And then his guys clap back and then kill enough, so that way I have to remove him from this side and then they die. So I wasn't able to. No, I was able to stop him, but he still had 15 because he had Gilliman here, his home field, and this one obviously. So I was trying to get the charge off with these guys onto Gilliman, but failed because I couldn't get this vehicle around. These guys couldn't get to Gilliman. If I would have charged Gilliman, killed Gilliman, got on this point, and then the zombies did their job, which they did, I would have held him to another 10. But instead, he gets 15 for primary because now he's starting to kind of swarm me now. I'm starting to run out of models. I still have my Plague Marines back here, a full unit, the vehicle, 6 zombies left, and then some zombies in the back here. That's it. So not looking good for the Horde or for Death Guard. But going into turn 5, our secondary start to get shot. On turn 4, we had Mark for Death, which obviously I can't do at this point of the game. Overwhelming Force, I couldn't get to his shit, so I didn't get that either. And then on turn 5, we get Storm Hostile Objective, Speed 4, Termies, not good, and then Bring It Down, also not good. So I think this is the end board state right here. Gilliman, fucking crazy, is literally moving charges like a 9 or 10 inches onto my dudes back here. I spend 1 CP for him to do the leadership thing, which he fails, so he actually doesn't control this, because I think he had engage in all fronts, so he actually doesn't have Gilliman for engage in all fronts, which was funny. So Gilliman actually failed his leadership, which was nuts, but it doesn't matter. He basically one-shotted the entire unit over here. And then these guys again, speed 4, there's nobody here to go after. Like I just can't reach anybody. This is after they moved up 4. I wanted to charge, but I'm just too far from everything. Like, these guys don't have to be there. They have to be fighting on points, not a fucking Vindicator in the middle of nowhere. So that was another lesson learned. And then now he's just got guys kind of like camping everything down here. And this is the final game. So this is the final board state, and then this is the final score. If I could bring this over right here. So look how close this game is. We started off, like I said, super strong with Death Guard, just getting onto the points, camping, and just doing. We picked really good secondaries. We had extend battle lines, secure no man's land, easy 10, and then we had area of the Nile and cleanse, easy 9, turn 1 and turn 2. Turn 3, we get no prisoners, and then establish locus, which again could still be in the middle with another 15. So at that point, that's where it started going downhill. So we had a 10 for primary and then a 5 for primary, but look at our secondary score. In 2 turns, we got 4 for that. I don't even think we had engaged on all fronts on turn 4. Yeah, so engaged on all fronts, we had our vehicle in the left, zombies in the bottom left. Our one solo character, I guess, didn't die. He was in the bottom right, and then our Terminator's in the top right. So we had actually engaged somehow on turn 5, but we only had 5 for primary. So, brutal. Now, Bry had 50 out of 50. We had 45 for primary. He had 10, 10, 15, almost held him to a 10, and then 15. So if I would have held him to that 10 one more time, then I would have won by 4 instead of lose by 1. And then he had 25 out of 40, so we kept him to his secondaries pretty light. But then we had 29 out of 40. So we beat him by 4 on secondaries, but he beat us by 5 on primary. So really close game, like one of the close games we had in a while. 84-85 to the Space Marines and Gilliman. So what did we learn? Morty, would I rather have Morty than 10 more Blightlord Terminators? I don't know. I gotta test it one more time. I don't think Morty is needed in this detachment. He does let you ignore modifiers, but he dies still super easily. And with the amount of models you can have with a 10-man Blightlord, with doing some shots, and you kind of be more aggressive with them. Plus, they're just hard to kill because they have stealth. They're 3 wounds, 2 up, 4 up, toughness 6, and you can give -1 to wound within 6 inches of the tank. So I think the other list that we have has another 10-man Blightlord, so it's 20 Blightlords, and then 12 Death Shroud. And then instead of the Plague Marines, I'm sorry, Poxwalkers, 20-man, we have a 10-man Plague Bearers. And instead of the character with the healing of wounds, you can have Nurglings and somebody else. Yeah, so like you kind of switch it up a little bit. But yeah, I think the next time we're going to be running 20 Blightlords instead of Morty, and then we'll probably try Morty one more time. Unless we really like the 20 Blightlords. So I actually have 20 Blightlords put together, so that's kind of why we want to put them on the table. So Blightlords getting back good in the new Flyblown host. His list, again, really good. The Vindicators are amazing. The Oath, Double Oath is awesome. Gilliman slaps in combat. And being able to get back up with a Primarch on a 3+, pretty legit. Yeah, so I think I really like his list. This is his tournament list that he's going to be taking to some GTs coming up. Nothing gets too nerfed. But yeah, hopefully you guys learned from this. Again, keep you guys back. If you don't need to go out, don't go out. And yeah, definitely run this list again. So guys, I appreciate it. Good luck. Check out the shirts. We'll probably get a Typhus or a Mortarian one up and uploaded soon. But guys, appreciate it. Good luck, and we'll see you in another video soon. What is up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. If you guys are interested in joining the Dirtbag Nation over at patreon.com, you get a bunch of perks. What we did in 2024 was we really expanded. I had traveled a ton and I played my ass off in 40k. Right now we're ranked #1 best player in the United States on ITC rankings. We were the #1 Chaos Space Marine player in the world this year in 2024. 2 years ago, we got ranked #1 Grey Knight player in the world, and this year we're probably going to go into Death Guard, hopefully when the new Codex comes out, or Emperor's Children. But you guys, if you guys want that head coach or that coach always in your corner, just to ask questions, bounce ideas off, that's what the competitive Dirtbag and the Dirtbag Nation is all about. If you guys want to support the channel, you head over to patreon.com. You can join the Just a Car tab, which is $5 a month. You guys get access to the Discord Patreon tab. You have to be a patron to get into that Discord, and also I'm always there. All the other coaches are there. Basically, it's just such a good community over on Discord that you guys get specific access to it that only Patreons can get. If you guys want to bump that up, the competitive Dirtbag tier, you guys get to message me or another Grandmaster or another Dirtbag coach over the Dirtbag Nation to add unlimited questions, list ideas, list reviews, and bounce ideas off of. That's what having a coach in your corner is all about. If you guys want to bump up to the Grandmaster tier, that tier you get every perk under the sun. So basically you get access to Discord, you get one-on-one coaching, you get a call once a month if you guys would like to go over any RTTs coming up, any GTs coming up, any list reviews live over Discord chat, and also a special perk that Grandmasters get. If you guys want any video suggestions like we do all the time with these
table setups that we just upgraded thanks to the Patreons. You guys get suggestions or battle reports you want to see specifically played live by a coach or myself on the next battle report, or a live battle report coming up on the Patreon. So you guys get obviously first access to all the videos. We post them first on patreon.com, but there's just a ton of benefits to having a professional coach that plays this game all the time at the very, very high competitive level in your corner at all times. And that's really what the Dirtbag Nation is all about, getting you guys better at 40K, the basics, and being good in your community. So if you guys want to support the channel, I really appreciate it. Couldn't have done it without you guys in 2024, 2025. I am super stoked for, super excited for. We really want to get a bigger studio going. That is going to be my focus in 2025, is really growing the community on YouTube and Patreon specifically. So thank you so much for 2024, all my Patreons. If you guys are interested in joining and want that coach in your corner, head over to patreon.com and support the channel. Appreciate it.